Hello everyone, my name is Arini Hanindharputri and I would like to present my research with my team, Wayan Mudra, Putu Emilika, Budi, Lestari, and Sagung Intan Pradnyanita with the title Visual Communication Elements and Meaning of Hatten Wine's Label. So Hatten Wines is an original Balinese wine producer that was founded in 1994 and also one of the pioneers of the wine industry in Asia. The grape grown by Hatten Wines are native to Bali, namely Alfonso Label grapes, which are grown directly in their vineyard located in Sangkalagit, Buleleng, Singaraja. With local grapes grown on volcanic soil in Singaraja, Hatten Wine has succeeded in providing a new taste unique to their company, and every year they always win various international awards such as the Asia Wine Trophy, Wine and Spirit Awards, Wine Competition, and so on. With the increase in visits by local and foreign tourists coming to Bali, the demand for wine in Bali has also increased. This certainly increases competition between wine companies, especially in Bali, to continue promoting their products. In 2020, Hatten Wines did a rebranding to change their image in the public. One of the rebranding efforts is to change their labels on their bottles to be more modern. In the previous label, Hatten Wine used illustration of nature photos, building, and works of art with Balinese characteristics in dark colors. The label itself is an important part of a product, where the label is the identity of the product to be marketed. The change in the Hatten Wine's label is unique in terms of visuals, so it is interesting to study. In addition, the specific research on wine labels in Bali has never been studied in depth with visual communication approach. Based on the existing phenomenon, the following problems are obtained, namely, first, what are the visual communication elements contained in the Hatten Wine's label? And the second, what is the meaning contained in its label of the Hatten Wine? So the methods of this study using a quality descriptive method and the analysis is carried out after dissecting the visual communication element of the 4 wine labels owned by Hatten Wines, namely Aga Rosé, Aga White, Aga Red, and Sweet Alexandria. And next, we use the semiotic approach from Charles Morris to the semantic process. The data obtained through observation, interview with Hatten Wine's stakeholders, which is the graphic designer and also the literature studies. We choose the semantic by Charles Morris to get the visual communication elements of the labels and also the meaning of the elements. So the semantic elements by Morris is structure, context, denotation, connotation, and also the ideology of its element. So this is the label from Hatten Wines. First is Aga Rosé. They use illustration depicting a lotus. The lotus itself is a prominent symbol of Balinese heritage. And also the lotus in Aga Rosé also stands for color and a subtle taste in very aromatic style. And the second is Sweet Alexandria. The Sweet Alexandria, the illustration is using a coral. Coral means a symbol of the warmth and abundancy around the islands of Bali. So first Aga Rosé using lotus, which is lotus also live in Triloka. Triloka means 3 places like a Burloka, Swaloka, and Buahloka, which is lotus can live in 3 places. So also the Sweet Alexandria means the coral. Coral means symbol of the sea. And next is Aga White. Aga White is the illustration depicting coconut trees, which is coconut trees it's a symbol of characteristics of the tropic. Bali is synonymous with a tropical weather. And also the palm leaves also depict a calm beach atmosphere, and the meaning of the coconut or palm trees also the relaxed Balinese way of life, which is captured in white wine. Next is agaret. Agaret depicts the volcanic rocks on the volcano that forms the landscape of the islands of Bali, which is it's also the symbol of the mountain, and the mountain also has Balinese symbolism and spirituality. This volcanic rock is also a tribute to the earth as the giver of life that allow Hatten wines to produce Bali's first commercial red wine. And we can see in all the level of um, for types, they use sunset. Yeah, this is Bali is known for its beautiful sunset, and the schematic of sunset are the symbol of Bali also. And the typographics are using sans serif, which is sans serif is a typography that make it easier for consumers to read. And the color of the label using white as a background color, and the illustration using light blue and orange. Orange is a symbol of optimism, adventure, ability, and sociability. And this color also symbolizes self-confidence and creativity. And blue is a calming color and is widely found in nature, which is sky and seawater. And the physiological meaning of the blue is a loyalty, strength, love, power, and the color of peace. In Hatten wines, also the orange and blue represent the relationship with nature, which is label depicting a unique attribute of our home, which is Bali. And after we analyze with semantic of Morris, we also have interview with the graphic designer, and we found out that first Hatten Wines want to change a whole branding because so far Hatten Wines is known as a local brand and is underestimated by the local people themselves. Local people often think that local brands are still inferior to import brands. But Hatten Wines doesn't want to leave the Balinese side, even though it has changed the design of the label. And the second, these elements were chosen for the illustration of the label because Hatten Wines want to give an image that Hatten Wines product use local grapes produced in Bali, which is it is 100% grown and made in Bali. Therefore, the new label display the natural beauty of Bali from the natural elements around the island of Bali. So we can see in this picture that all the new label display the natural beauty of Bali from the natural elements around the island of Bali. From the sun is the ever-present backdrop to all life on our island. Fire and water are dominant aspect of the landscape and contribute to fertile soil of their vineyards. So we can see all the elements is the symbol of Bali as well. So the conclusion is first, Hatten Wines succeed in presenting a communicative label through a visual display based on illustration, typography, and also the colors. And the second, the element list on the label means element of the island of Bali, which are synonymous with its natural wealth, and give the meaning that Hatten wine is a wine with original Balinese grape, 100% made and grown in Bali with an international taste. Thank you. That's all of my presentation.